Yeah, it's not really Zoo. I gotta give him. It's more like Sly from really back in the day. Just like a bunch of one drops and burn, where you just try to maximize your mana curve. And it's not really Zoo so much as it's just kind of basically mono red, and it just splashes like a few cards. It goes with Boros Charm. But like the only card in the deck that actually isn't red is White Nacatl. Everything else is just straight up red or a red multicolor. So it's not really a Zoo kind of deck. Even though the Nacatl definitely is quite the animal. Sasha Novak starting it out strong, winning the Dyro, so crucial in this kind of matchup. Marco Held, let's see what he got. He might be dumping his whole hand here. That could be pretty strong. Definitely going down to 16 life already. Not the most explosive of starts from Marco Held. He has no Curd Apes, no. He has Wild Nacatl only. And Swift Spears, Eidolons, and Goblin Guides. That is the 16 dudes that he runs. Yeah, exactly, that's what it is. This guy will just be laying into him until the match is done, which should take about 45 seconds. Plus the shuffling. I want to see Sasha Novak's hand. I'm sure it's awesome. I think I saw no mulligans from any player. What is this? Oh, it is the Nacatl, never mind. Just like, okay. Interesting choice to attack with the Swift Spear. I guess he could also just not attack with it. I guess attacking is better. Maybe you bluff some sort of gut shot. Or mutagenic growth. That we've actually seen in another deck this. At least it'll be over quick, right? So there is that. Unfortunately, no nice decision so far. Sasha Novak, land creature attack, land creature attack. That is not really a good, interesting match full of decisions. But still, man, sometimes it's got to be like this. I see interesting decisions in how this guy made his deck. I personally like it. I saw different decks today. I saw decks with like no green, which I don't know why. Like, I'm pretty sure that with all these fetch lands, your mana base is pretty secure. And you can just go ahead, and if you have like 2 land, you're going to have Naya colors anyway, pretty much. So like, why not go for it? Also get this Artarkas command. Don't dick around with, I don't know, Skullcrack if you don't have to. Use something good instead. Use Skullcrack in the sideboard then, or use it also add on. But yeah, so far I'm pretty digging his list. It looks pretty strong. Definitely really aggressive, really great creatures, great burn. And just wait for the sideboard. Marco Held on the other hand, also waiting for the sideboard to finally get something going. Because in this game, like, yeah, although now he's getting it going on. This is an interesting point because now, I mean, he might just die next turn already. Board is pretty scary already. Some like choice burn could definitely make it happen with the Monastery Swift Spears. But like if that doesn't work out, then the Signal Pass 2 Vault Scourgers poised to swing in the air for 4 points of lifelink. That would be pretty swingy. Sasha Novak now in the position where he has to figure out, is he going to kill any or all of these Vault Scourgers, or is he going to kill the Signal Pest or what? First of all, he'll just attack. See how the blocks turn out, how many times he should need to trigger prowess. Maybe the opponent will just take it all. Would be like 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 6, 13. That's pretty sick. He's like one of lethal. If he doesn't block anything, then like bold or whatever is in his hand, to combine with the prowess triggers, is just going to do him for 13. If only he had planes. Wild Nacatl not so impressive right now. 2/2 for 1 mana. Better than nothing, man, of course. But I'm sure thinking Sasha Novak is feeling the sting of it right now. Having that planes would make so much. Oh, what is this? Also Ataka's command, I think. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, there isn't that many lines. I think turning everything sideways is fine. You can still burn like any number of Vault Scourgers and or Marco Held's faces after the fact. No real need to decide this now. Just look at the blocks. Like, now you can still easily, I don't know, do nothing or like do removal. Does he even have removal? It's like double Atarka's command. Right, he could just not do anything now and then use the Atarka's command Skullcrack mode to really do deny him the life gain. And I guess it looks like that is how he chooses not to do it. Guess he didn't think of it either. This sounds like looks like a pretty dubious play. Although maybe he's just going to push for even more damage with Atarka's command next turn, so why not just take the 4 damage now? And then whatever, man. Rift Bolt in your upkeep. Grow the Monastery Swift Spears. Just go attacking. This could be pretty sad, but right now, though, Marco Held's got to be feeling pretty okay, at least about getting back those 4 life. I definitely want to see the attack. There is no way he's not going to attack with his Vault Scourges and Signal Pest. He'll probably keep the Ornithopter back to block. Yeah, he probably is dead on the backswing. Depending on how many Dorks he manages to recruit now, though. Like, it could be he still will have, like, Ornithopter and Ink Nexus on the table, plus whatever he can play now. So, he's not going to be that bad. Oh, yeah, Flinty, welcome to the power creep. Some cards these days are pretty ridiculous. But it's nice. Like, imagine if no cool new cards ever came out. It would be pretty sad also. Okay, so what's this? More? No. What just happened? Ah, plating off screen, I didn't realize. Oh yeah, Sasha Novak tapped out. Look at this live swing. Gets got by the cranial plating. Oh, this is so strong. Look at the live swing. Sasha Novak was in the position to clutch the game out if only he went with go and played the Atarka's command. But now he's gonna eat all this lifelink. Look at that. Sasha Novak from 0 to 0 in like 1 turn. Almost. He's not dead yet. But Marco Held is gonna gain so much life. Look at this. 2 4s, 8, 9, 10 life. Marco Held back at 20. Sasha Novak all of a sudden down to 7. Ataka's command would have been so huge. But no. Or why does he do this now? Why doesn't he at least like bolt the Ornithopter? Then maybe with Ataka's command he could have had lethal even still though, except even though there was the life gain. He could have had like 2, 4, 6, 9, 12, 15, 21 or something, right? Am I too dumb to count? Ataka's command? If he both, no, it's... This is really unfortunate. Sasha Novak kicking himself right now. Indeed does get punished. So greedy to try. He was facing down. He could have Ataka's commanded basically for like 7 damage into his face on board. For 2 mana. Like, I wonder why he didn't go for it. That's the kind of price that you pay for the Rift Bolt, man. Because you need to make it count 1 turn ahead. You can't just wait until the very last second. It's going to be too clunky for the 3 mana. I misplayed Lava Spike. Actually, should have suspended the Rift Bolt instead back in the day. It was pretty funny. Everyone was laughing their ass off how he could misplay Lava Spike at all. I made it happen, though. Anyway, lost exactly because of that to some Allure, but this is a story for another day. And a more boring time. This actually now pretty sick. Sasha Novak still in like an okay position. Still has the removal to take care of the opponent's Vault Scourge. Ataka's commanding though. Although no, that is not gonna do it. Or is it? I don't think this is enough damage. And Marco Held will be able to just equip the plating to win. I don't know. Yeah, because this just isn't 20 damage. If only he killed the Ornithopter. It will be so much more damage. It will be like 3, 4, 7, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16. No, it would have been like 19 or something. That was close. Marco Held with a gigantic swing. Make your own Baneslayer Angel. I can't believe it. He really had no business winning this game, but Sasha Novak just let him have it. How? I mean, come on, man. Cranial plating, one of the few things that can come out of the Affinity deck that will is you have to think about all the time, right? You always, whenever you tap out, you have to be like, oh, gee, but what if he has the plating? And there was no need to already be in this kind of mode where you had to think, oh shit, the plating, no, I can't play around it. Like I just gotta die if it comes, and that's it. He could have easily just passed the turn. Atarkas command his face, and then on the next swing, another Atarkas command, he would have ripped the third land. He could have then Monastery Swift Spirit, fetched for the planes, make even more damage with the Partner Cattle. Just attack Atarkas command, 3 damage and +1/+1 for everyone with double Swift Spear. Prowess, that would have been so strong. Easily enough damage. But no, he let Marco Held this one chance. Marco Held took it, climbing up all the way back to 20. Really like as if Sasha Novak wasn't even trying. Marco Held dances away seemingly unscathed. Other games would call this flawless victory maybe. But we will have to see how Sasha Novak is going to deal with this. Fortunately though, he has all the tools to do so in the sideboard. If I look at his list, I see like 2 Path to Exile who might be coming in. A Smash to Smithereens, which is definitely going to happen. Destructive Revel, 3 of them, pretty sure. Deflecting Palm, no. But like the Grim Lavamancer is going to come in, the one of them. Yeah, so we're looking at sideboarding like 5 to 7 cards here. So he would probably get rid of, I don't know, maybe the Skullcrack? And maybe like some Lava Spikes. I bet, I mean, I don't know if he wants to take the like control role in this matchup, or if he just wants to keep being the aggressor. He can kind of burn everything and just rock it out with the bigger creatures. Actually, I think if he would have rift-boarded the Ornithopter, he could have dealt like 19 damage. Right? He had 2 Swift Spears. Yeah, because he could have gotten 1 more damage from fetching the planes with the Wild Cattle. I'm pretty sure the Wild Cattle would have attacked for 4 with the command. And the Goblin Guide for 3 is 7. And the Swift Spears would have been 4 each. So that's 8 more is 15. And the burn 18. Oh no, you're right. Yeah, it would have been 18 damages. He would board Blood Moon, yeah, that's definitely an option. If we look at Marco Held's deck, what can he bring in? He can bring in 2 Whip Flares if he wants. He could bring in Blood Moon, which he's not going to want. Thoughtseize, which he's not going to want. He's basically looking at bringing in the Whip Flare. He probably will too. Just to get rid of like maybe 2 creatures. Again, it would be so good against this deck. Ja, du machst einfach nicht. Achso. Warum? Wer ist Spotify denn für dich? Ja, warum denn nicht? Soll man machen? Okay, Blue ist mir ein. Oh, you're right. Redirecting any plated attack would be pretty awesome. I don't know. Maybe he is going to bring in the deflecting palm. This is really tough for me to call. I personally always like going the control route whenever I can. So I would probably go to that. Although I guess it would be not too good maybe, because the dude could just kill me with the Edge Champion. So I'm guessing, particularly for game 2 where you will still be nice and on the play, it makes sense to just go with a beatdown. Okay, so 2 Vault Scourges turning on the heat on himself. But then again, this is early enough in the game where like a few swings of these Vault Scourges will just reclaim all the life he lost, and then we'll start putting him in the plus. definitely a card that Sasha Novak will have to contend with. On the other hand, he can easily burn it now because basically damage to the face is already done. Marco Held sitting at 15 on Sasha Novak's second turn. Gotta be not feeling too good about that. At least the Wall Scourges maybe even is poised to put up cranial plating on one of the next turn. Sasha surely being worried about this possibility now, seeing how it totally just cost him game 1 to let this happen. Should kind of, but no, again, he's just deciding to play it out. Casting it even before the attack. This is just inviting the double block. I don't know if you would want to eat it like this, but kind of, you could just double block it with Wall Scourge now. And just get rid of the Swift Spear, trade it for 1 Scourge, gain 2 life. I don't know, man. I think I would do it. He takes it though. Okay. This Sasha Novak is really doing his best to not win this game. Come on, Marco Held. I'm really rooting for him now. To just drop the plating on this guy's ass. And I mean, it's this. Come on, just plating it now on the Wall Scourge. Just so that the Sasha Novak can really feel like there was a lesson to be learned there somewhere in game 1. Oh no, Whip Flare. That's also pretty cool. At least he gets to deal 2 damages to Marco Held. Now I see why he didn't block. But he gets to get rid of 2 of Sasha Novak's creatures, losing none of his own. Whip Flare is so strong, of course. In the artifact deck, your creatures will survive all the time. Opponent going down to Marco Held back to 16. Opponent down to 13 now. Oh no, Marco Held at 14 somehow? Alright, because of the spell. I forgot about that. Ja, hier, ich brauche mir das. Kannst du machen? Oder machst du gerade nichts? Ja, warte mal. Okay. Yeah, that burn play relay is pretty sad. Although he was trying to go the aggressive route. Now he's sitting on nothing. He's so lucky that he only got wiped out by the Whip Flare. It could have been even worse. This dude, I mean, I really don't know. And there it is, the plating. Sasha Novak, of course, fortunately, has the solution. What? Ah, okay, he's just playing around the burn. Because Sasha Novak can't kill him anyway. He's just going for it. Because if Sasha doesn't have the removal, Marco Held doesn't even need the life. He will just win outright next turn. This would be like 1, 2, 3, 5, 9 damages. No way Sasha Novak can just go to 4. He will have to Searing Blaze this for 1, just so that he doesn't take a ton of damage. Putting him in a terrible spot. This cranial plating so strong. Yet again. Marco Held going up to some nice 16 health again. Those Vault Skirts is really pulling it out. Marco Held definitely showing me the better plays in this matchup. Pretty good start. Sasha Novak just not making it happen. He seems to have all the action in his hand. He just doesn't know how to deploy it. In decks like this, when you have many 1-drops and you don't have that much mana, it really just comes down to sequencing. You need to know. You need to make the most of every mana, and you can't just be playing random stuff and then not be ready for like the action that is going to happen in your opponent's turn when you're sitting there tapped out with a bunch of instants. Not only for counter decks, man. You need to just kind of be ready for whatever can happen in the next turn. Think ahead. And again, I can tell that against Affinity it's really tough because they can always just explode and play everything in one turn, and you wonder like how am I supposed to deal with that. But at least the plating should be like the key component to your plans about instant removal, right? Because you want to be not caught taking the cranial plating in the face. You want to be able to react to the equipment or like to the attack by just burning this creature. And in game 1, I mean, I still don't know what happened in that game 1. That game 1 was so Sasha's to take. In this game 2, even there were some dubious decisions. Keeping the Eidolon of the Great. What do you think about that? Just having the Eidolon of the Great Revel still in post-board?
I think Sasha is a control deck in post-board.
Is he really though?
Yeah, if he doesn't handle the creatures of Marco, those creatures are better. So
Okay.
what he has to do is get his Wildner Cuttle to 3-3, force some unfortunate box by Marco, and that way win.
Okay, with hill giant value. Now I
Yeah,
can see
yeah.
it. That would be, like I said, that would be my game plan. But I'm always the first person to be like playing aggressive decks, and then as soon as you get any aggressive matchup, like, oh sweet, I'm gonna assume the control role because I love the control role, right? You just need to not die. It's pleasant. You don't need to worry about like, am I supposed to win right now or no? You just kind of keep not losing until you win. So yeah, man, if I was Sasha Novak, I for sure would have done it like that. I would have brought in all the removal, take out all the like inefficient stuff, Eidolon that burns myself in the face, as well as some sort of like maybe Skullcrack for sure, some sort of Boros Charm or something.
Game over.
What's happening? Marco Hell just is winning? Okay, yeah, that was swift. Sasha Novak just, I don't know, out of this top 8 in like 5 minutes. That was his 15 minutes of fame. And 10 minutes of those were spent shuffling the deck. I don't know about Sasha Novak. The other 5 minutes were spent making dubious plays. He had nice draws. He had such good draws. And I was just thinking, man, how is Marco Held even going to ever win? He's just totally running over him. But for some reason, just manages to missequence it in the way that Marco Held gets unbelievable life swing. The 1-1 surviving in the air. I don't know about this. Anyway, though, we're going to be switching to some other match right now. Ja, okay. Wer ist es denn? Okay. Okay, we will be having another match coming right up. They're like in game 2 right now, but we're going to be seeing their game 3 if it happens. For some reason, I'm